You're listening to Those Dram Yinzers with your hosts, John and Zach.
Hey everyone, I'm John.
And I am Steve.
And welcome to a special edition of Those Dram Yinzers, where we're going to drink days 1 through 5 of the 2023 Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends Whiskey Advent Calendar and talk about it. For everything Those Dram Yinzer, please be sure to visit thosedramyinzers.com. You can find our social media links, our Patreon page, order form for our hats, and the link to Zach's favorite website, which you all know is dramit.threadless.com, where you can find all types of merch that we offer. Christmas is coming up. I'd get on those pretty quick. They do take a couple weeks to get in. If you're interested in sponsoring the show, want us to do an ad for your product, or would like us to try a product on the show, send us a DM or an email. Let's take a minute to talk about Frost Buddy. It's a great way to support the show while also getting something for yourself in return. It's the best all-in-one koozie you can ever have. Their Universal Buddy fits 4 different types of bottles and cans and can even turn into a full-on drink container with their additional lid. Use the link in our bio to check it out for yourselves. And if you buy something through our link, Frost Buddy will send us part of the sale. Again, great way to support the show and get something for yourself in return. It's that time of year again. My amazing wife, is starting her NICU onesie drive again. She had so much success last year for the amount of onesies donated to Children's NICU that she actually added some new links, some new Amazon wish list links for other UPMC NICUs around the area because, you know, UPMC owns hospitals everywhere. Again, it's all through Amazon wish list, so it's super simple to just click and send onesies to the NICUs. Again, check out our link in our bio for her post on how to donate today. Now it's time to drink. So, as you heard, that was not Zach in any of that intro. That is a newcomer to the podcast, buddy of mine, Steve Littleman. Steve, welcome to the show, sir.
How's it hanging?
So, Steve and I, I feel like we've known each other more on Facebook.
For sure.
Than when we actually used to work together. So Steve and I used to work, I used to work, you still work, at Kennywood, what was then Fright Nights, which is now Fall Fest.
Yeah, it's still Fright Nights.
Yeah, exactly. And my last year there, I was a supervisor for my haunt. Steve was a supervisor for his, so we got to know each other a little bit that year. Friends on Facebook, and I saw that you were a fan of whiskey. I've known you've been a fan of local. Honestly, you are my cue to when Turner's drops some of their like specialty like milks, and I'm like, I'll go to Lisa. Steve got it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the store.
They always have some good ones.
They do. So again, welcome. So Steve, every time we have a new guest on, we always like to ask them, what is your whiskey journey?
So we used to go to a buddy of mine. His brother used to have like Steelers tailgates all the time. They were like huge tailgates, and they would do a Jim Beam waterfall at the end of it.
Oh God!
And so you just pass the bottle around and chug out of it. And then I was like, oh man, this is terrible. Like we would only do shots of Jim, like you know, just that's the first like whiskey I had that I was like, I don't know about this. But so we went to when they used to do the whiskey fest at the Rivers on like Friday nights in October, like at the end of October. We went to that one. I don't know, it was probably like 6 years ago or so. And just walking through there, like a buddy of mine knew. He was more into it then, and he knew like what places had like special bottles and like at the beginning, like basically to run to get to the one. So started trying stuff there, and I found then that I was definitely more into like the bourbons as opposed to my brother, who's way more into like Scotch and like more of like the smoked whiskeys. So then I just casually started picking up bottles here and there, and was at a friend of mine's house who had a bottle of Basil Hayden, and he was like, "Oh, you try this," and I was like, all right, this is pretty good. So I tried to grab the bottle of that and would just kind of grab, stuff here and there as I saw it. and my girlfriend and I went to visit a friend of hers in Louisville last year over Memorial Day, and we went to actually the Beam Distillery, and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can drink Beam. Like I had so much of this, like so many tailgates ended with this, and when you actually drink it the way you're supposed to drink it, it's not that bad at all. So yeah, it really changed how I tasted every drink from then on, because I was like, you know what, I've had whiskeys for like 4 years or so. I know what I'm doing here. And then
you went through that phase.
Yeah, right. That's when they told you how to drink it, and I was like, whatever, dude. I'm like, I'll try it. And then everything I tried, all the stuff that I had previously, I went back and tried, and I was like, oh man, like this is completely different from what I knew before. But usually I'll just pick up based on a lot of times just the label. If I like the label on a bottle, I just grab it.
Marketing gets you.
Yep, for sure.
There's plenty of bottles down there that have the marketing got me on them for sure.
Sometimes they're okay. Sometimes they're just
Yeah. My limit 40.
Yeah,
is my. If I've never had this and this looks interesting or I'm
Sure.
curious about it, 40 and under, I'll buy right away.
That makes sense.
If it's above, then I'm like, I gotta find someone that I
Right.
trust.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? Do you have someone to try?
right.
But yeah, 40 is usually my
It's a good limit.
my limit with this. But yeah, I had the same type of reaction with Jack.
Yeah.
So in college, I literally would like shudder in college.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I started drinking whiskey, and it was super early on, and we went to Tennessee for just a trip to Nashville, and my friend she's a massive fan of Jack Daniels, and I'm like, I don't get that, but okay. So we drove down to Lynchburg and did the tour, and we did like the Angel Share tour, which is like their more higher end products is what you get to try at the end, and every one of those I fell in love with, and I was just like,
Everything changed.
Everything changed. I was like, I want all of these.
Yeah.
And to this day, I always say like to people like, oh, Jack, I was like, have you tried this other stuff? They make other stuff than number 7. Yes, they do. Try it. I promise you, it's bomb. But they also got me because, again, marketing. They have a Sinatra Select.
No. There you go.
Has nothing. I mean, it has something to do with him, but like it's not like it's it's just there's a whole story behind it. But they get me with that one.
Yeah, it's
too.
not like he touched every bottle or something like that.
No. But yeah, well, awesome. Well, again, thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we're gonna dive into 1 through 5 of the Advent calendar. I remember I was texting you. I was like, "Hey, I've been trying to get you on, but again, schedules just suck."
Sure.
And when I was trying to find guest hosts, I remember I was just like, "Oh yeah, we do a whiskey." You do a what?
Yeah, right.
I feel like you had like the emoji, like the brain exploding emoji. Like that's yes, please.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, and so let's go ahead and we'll just crack open number 1. Like I said, you don't have to pour the whole thing. I just pour enough to like.
Yeah, I gotta drive later.
Well, that too. Yeah, you gotta drive a bit, but that's why we got water and pretzels and.
Yep.
Also, I don't even know if this is coming through, but we've always said this is, we don't try to sugarcoat anything around here. This is real life. So if you hear kids playing in the background, because there's kids playing in the background.
They're real. They're not just in post. They're not putting kids in the background.
The one episode, Zach's son was here, and he was just like screaming. It was like, trying to fix it. Anyway. All right. So, nose.
For the record, I'm going to be wrong about all of this.
I told you before, I'm never usually right, so you are fine. This is how you learn, though, So, what are you getting on? Or do you want me to go first so you feel better?
I get like a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely got a sweeter nose.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really enjoy this nose.
Yeah.
I get like I was thinking like champagne or like a white grape.
Yeah.
Or like the like the sparkling grape juices.
Yeah, sure.
Like something like that. But yeah, the vanilla, that sweetness is totally there. I actually really like this nose.
Yeah. I can't really pin down what flavor that is. I love when it's different.
So I love when there's layers to it. So like at the beginning, I get something different. In the middle, I get different whole other thing.
Yeah.
So I get very crisp. Again, very much with that like white grape, sparkling grape juice like nose. I get that still on the front, and then like a weird like campfire-esque, not like a peat smoke, but like not really too much like a pepper. It's just like a nice, well balanced like. Toasted something.
That's something nice that you could actually like just sip on often.
The finish it's light. I still get like remnants of that like white grape sparkling champagne like on the back end. But kind of dies out. Like I'm not really feeling a lot of like hug here. I want to grab you something that I totally forgot to grab. So hold on 1 second. Little cheat sheet.
Yeah, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't. I can't really pinpoint this.
No, it just kind of ends.
Mm-hmm. But I do like how that middle changes. Is that Aaron? Yes. All right. Cool. I don't know if I can. I mean, this has bourbon-ish tendencies to it. I don't know, that like white grape. I always want to lean more towards like a finished whiskey.
Yeah.
When I get some funky, which I'm probably again totally off on this because I don't think it's like a rye. I don't think it's non-American. But that smokiness in the middle makes me feel like there's a little bit of some sort of finish with this, but overall, I didn't hate that. I'm going to go 105 proof.
So I had 101.
Nice. So do you want to take a stab at what type you think it is?
I was going to say a bourbon.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to really love. You're going to get all these right, and I'm going to get them all wrong. That's just going to
probably not.
That's going to be perfect for me. Okay.
Oh, come on, it is about 100%.
So, rating for you.
I'll give it a downtown.
Okay. I enjoy this. It feels like a pretty easy drinker, and depending on price, I'd put this at a Haas.
Yeah,
I do enjoy this one. I think it'd be. I honestly, I'd say Haas or downtown. Like,
it's like teetering on.
My problem is when I go out to the bar, I usually have most of the things that I would want to drink.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm not going to pay for them out here.
Sure.
So I usually just end up getting like a Manhattan or something, especially if they if they have like a household fashion. I always go for that.
Right.
But this could be something like if I own this and saw it out, I would get a pour of it because.
Like you said, depending on price, it could be either one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yeah, not a bad start. I enjoyed that start.
That was nice and easy. Nice cruise right in.
Mm-hmm. Aaron didn't hit us in the face with something right. Right off the bat. That's funny.
The same one on both.
I'm gonna blame whoever put two together.
Yeah,
that the little plastic piece came off. At least it didn't fall in.
That'd be bad.
I've had some like corks break, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I always see that with like. I don't drink wine, but my girlfriend does. My whole family does. Anytime I open something, I'm looking. I'm like, is there any cork in there? Please no, please no.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, I was never a big wine person.
No.
Even as an Italian growing up.
Yeah.
I've never been a big wine person. I was always more on like the sweeter side. But since really getting into whiskey like this much, I actually like really like the dry reds that like my dad always drank.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually appreciating wine a little bit more, which is kind of crazy because I never thought I would. Now, I'm not going to go crazy and buy like...
No,
no.
You're not just going to go to the store and pick up a bottle of wine just to have it home.
No. Now, if someone's like, my dad and his buddies make wine, I don't always drink that, but
that's what I forget who it was. What a friend of my girlfriend's dad makes wine like that, and I drank that because it tasted more like straight up just like grape juice. And I was like, man, it's actually really good. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's like this percent. And I was like, oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, so they do they'll do some regular ones, but they do a lot of like fruit ones. Their claim that they have is their blueberry wine. And and then my dad found an old like wine recipe. I don't even know I don't know if it was like his grandfather's or something. And it was just like all kind of different fruit. And my dad was a fan of Sanford and Son, I think it is. And so they call it Champipple because it's something that like he
something
had
on the
it,
show, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's one of those like it's really good, but it's
gonna jack you up.
Oh yeah, like you can't
jack
have
you up
too
real
much.
good.
Yeah. But all right, number 2. So I'm getting way more oak on this.
Yeah.
Right up front, and some dark fruit like. So not like complete opposite of what we got in
it was
one.
Way different.
It's like a leathery too.
Yeah.
Whenever you like first find a note, like a note, like a nose note, that you're just like, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like it's so exhilarating. That happened to me with TX blended. They have a toasted marshmallow note that I've never smelled before in any other whiskey, and it is like just superb. What are you getting?
It's like a really smooth, like it's not sharp at all.
That's a good one. Smooth, yeah.
I don't know what that is. That's my thing. I have like a hard time picking out like what.
Oh, same. We go a lot more on like memories.
Yeah.
Like Zach had this one that was like, this smells like the inside of this cedar chest that his grandfather had in his attic. Like I was just like, what?
You're like, what do you? Huh?
And I just roll with it. I was like, all right, dude.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
If
with
that's
you.
what you're getting from it.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you no.
Yeah.
But there is a fruitier, but not like a sharp fruit. You know. Let's see if this nose tastes the same. Oh, I feel like I've had this. This tastes so familiar, and I
can't pinpoint it.
No. Again, super light, not heavy. Palate change. You know the taste change.
There's a
throughout
noticeable,
the palate.
like a noticeable change after like a second or two.
There's a real nice like.
It's a nice progression through it.
There's a real nice pepper note.
Yeah.
In the middle. And still that sweetness that is on the nose is just like follows you throughout.
Right.
And I can't pinpoint it.
No.
I don't hate that. Yeah, there is something very familiar about this.
It's going to bother
It's
you,
going to bother the hell out of me. Thank God we're going to find out after we
right.
hit it. I like that. Finish, same kind of thing as before. Super light.
Yeah, just all of a sudden it's just...
Super light, nothing crazy. No, like, lingering flavor notes.
No.
And it's a nice warming feeling.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting anything crazy off the hug. I think I might stick with 105 again. That's usually 105 to 115 is usually my sweet spot.
I'm down at a 95 on that one.
Yeah. I think this is a. Oh man!
I went with a rye on this one.
I'm gonna say. Because I wanted to say rye, but I'm not getting too strong a note. So I'm going to say a high rye bourbon.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go with that.
That's another one I think, though. I'd give it a downtown.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not like...
Yeah, it's nothing that
blowing
like,
you in,
stands out to me.
Yeah.
But if somebody offered it to me, I'd drink it.
I think comparatively, I think I'll agree with you on that because I like
The first one I like.
I think I would go with one if I had the choice between one or two. I think I'd probably go with one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a downtown. That's not. I don't. That's a very high downtown.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not upset with that. That's a good purchase.
No, yeah, the first two have been pretty solid so far.
So the 1 year when they did this, when it was still just the admins, each admin put in 4. And we knew whose 4 was up when. So I knew based on everyone's personality, like what I was getting
what their
into.
preferences usually are.
And I didn't like anything Aaron put in. And he was so mad. This is really funny. And ended up being all like wild turkey because he is a wild turkey nut.
Really?
It ended up being all like wild turkey brand stuff. And I was like,
hate it.
nah, I'm okay.
Yeah. Didn't like those. So I'm out.
Mm-hmm. He was so excited for us to do those ones, and we just, nah.
You're like, so about those. We're, yikes.
Yeah, no thanks, bud. But anywho, all right, how you feeling? 2 in, how you feeling?
I feel pretty good. Feels nice. Feel a little warm.
I don't do that. Getting a little more comfortable in trying to make guesses and everything now. Everybody has it when they first come. I'm going to be horrid. No, you're not. Swear to God, no, you're not. You're going to be fine. Even if you get the standard oak, vanilla, char, like all that, like it's fine. You're getting something other than this tastes like alcohol.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know? And really, especially a bourbon should have those, so you should be able to pick those out. But all right, numero 3.
I'm so used to like when I open stuff, I immediately smell it, and I'm like, nope. Wait.
I mean, you could. You're just not going to get the same. You're not going to get the same notes, really.
Right.
I mean, you could try it and see the difference between sipping or smelling it out of the 1 ounce bottles versus
out of the glass.
Yeah. Alrighty then.
Ooh. That one hit you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it hits me, but can I pick it up?
Is that?
Nope. Oh, wow. That is
pungent.
Glorious. A little floral.
Yeah. Definitely floral there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's something right down the tip of my tongue that there is a sweet smoothness to that. Can I pinpoint it? No, but that's
absolutely
as
not.
Detailed as I can get for you. Oh, wow. I'm looking forward to knowing what this one is.
Yeah.
All right.
There's like a fruit, a little bit of a fruit to it, too.
Yeah. Really floral. Again, on the palate.
There's like a smoky aftertaste.
A little bit. Yeah.
Right at the end. I know what I'm guessing for type.
It's real dry on the finish.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing super lingering. Decent hug.
Yeah, I get that for sure more than the other two.
Yeah.
Right in this area.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go 90 proof.
I was saying 100.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go 90 on this. I think the floral aspect is messing with my proof game here. Initial thoughts tell me this isn't American. But
I guess it's Scotch. Because that smoke, like that.
If it is, it's definitely like a Highland or Speyside, like non-peaty, like Thai, like maybe Irish, like maybe a really well done Irish whiskey, but this is really fucking with me. I don't hate it.
See, I wasn't a fan.
Well, you did say before we turned the buttons on that you're not a big Scotch fan like your brother. You said your brother's a big.
He loves it. Mm-hmm. Loves it. That's like for like Christmas and stuff. My mom will get us like bottles of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She'll always get him a Scotch and then literally any other kind of whiskey. I'll drink.
Oh, I'm actually kind of glad you when you were saying that, I was like looking, because normally some of the scotches we can tell because it's super, super light.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything crazy light, so I was like, okay, I think we might be safe, but who knows? I don't think this is like an American single malt. Fudge. Yeah, I'm going to say Scotch too, just because.
Hop on board.
Yeah, what the hell.
Scotch train.
I'm never right anyway, so. Rating. I think I can guess yours, but go ahead.
I'm throwing it out. It's like a high throw it out, though.
I'm going to go downtown.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd put this at a house just because it's throwing me off.
Yeah.
Really a bit. That'll probably change once I know what it is. But that's cheating. It's my podcast. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Fuck it. But yeah. Cool. What was that, number 3?
Yep.
Moving right along, man. Moving right along.
The plastic thing came off on this one.
Oh,
too.
no, mine did not. No, mine stayed. Mine was good. So whenever we go to... So I'm going to crunch into the mic. So we have monthly shares.
Yep.
Right? What you got to get out to one.
Yeah.
And there's a subset. I don't even know if you can even call it a subset anymore. They're massive now. Of the main group that is all Scotch.
Oh, yeah.
They call themselves the Boggers United. So they actually have... we go to the VFW in Carnegie, and one of the... It's a big U-shape. And the one corner is the Boggers corner because all the Scotch is put there and they all sit around there. So when I go, I bring my Glencairn holder and I always bring 2 glasses. One for everything else.
Yeah.
And then one for the Scotches because you can't mix it.
No, no, you can't. It's so overpowering. It's just... Yeah, I can't remember what it was we tried at that Whiskey Fest there. And I was just like, whoa. I was like, yeah, that ain't for me.
Yeah.
My brother was like,
yes, please give me more.
yeah. Yeah, whenever it came time to, like, we tried, like, we went around to the different booths and, like, other things. He was like, I got to go back. I'm going back.
Yeah, when you find that one you like. Was it when you went, you make it dig back in your memories, was it all in that one room past the buffet, or was it kind of spread out throughout the entire second floor?
Spread out, I think.
Okay, so that was before Pittsburgh Magazine took over, like, playing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my first year. Was the last year they did it like that?
That was the only year I went.
Yeah, and
they moved it from Fridays to, like, a Monday or Tuesday or something like that.
Well, it's not existent anymore.
Yeah,
but,
right. Well, they have that. They're doing that spirits.
They do.
Fest.
The whiskey. I'm going to get on a tangent, but the Whiskey Fest was starting to turn into that anyway. Yeah. So it kind of makes sense to merge the two anyway. But so the first year I went, it was right when it was 2018. We just released the podcast like that day.
Oh,
and we went, and I was there like with the whiskey group and trying a bunch of stuff, walking around with a buddy of mine. Found out got introduced to a lot of the local guys.
Yeah, right.
Because I hadn't met any of them yet. Second year we went, 2019, we vlogged the whole thing. It's still on our YouTube page.
That's cool.
And then, that was 2019. 2020 didn't happen. 21 didn't happen. Or no, 21 did happen. It was a small one.
Yeah.
We had a booth there, and then we had a booth last year.
Nice.
And then they didn't have it this year, quote unquote, this year. But they merged it with the Spirits Fest. But
we're going to that. The one in February.
Oh, that. Okay,
yeah. It's like
cocktail.
Beers of the Berg. It's like
yes.
Yeah, it's like whatever, the Spirits of the Berg or something like that. It's called.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for that segue, because I was just talking to one of the guys that's like helping plan that.
Oh,
so it's from Beers of the Berg.
Yeah.
Like that same group is doing that's one, and we're trying to get a booth for that one.
Nice.
So a handful of years ago, when they brought back the Whiskey Fest after COVID, a lot of local guys got shafted because they couldn't put. Anyway, I'm not going to get in that whole political thing. So they made their own.
Yeah.
We had a Western PA Spirits Fest. So So it was all Western PA people,
that's cool.
and it was really cool. It was only happened that one year,
Yeah.
but that has kind of morphed into what Beers of the Berg is doing, Spirits of the Berg. And I just found out about that on Saturday. I was talking to my buddy from Christian who owns Lucky Sign.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, did I tell you?" I said, "Yeah, we talked briefly." I said, "But what's up?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's in February, blah, blah, blah. It's Beers of the Berg. So follow them so they can keep you updated." I was like, "All right." I was like, "I want in." He's like, "Yeah, we'll try to make it happen and everything." So
we always go to Beers of the Berg. So, like, I always get the emails and stuff.
Yep.
And I saw it, and, like, I sent it to our group that goes to like Beers of the Berg and Beer Fest. And everyone was like, yep, we're go.
I'm in.
Yeah. That's cool, too, because, like, my girlfriend will drink like bourbons and stuff and whiskeys when she'll try them and she'll either be like, yeah, or she'll be like, oh, that's nice. But she's more of a wine person, so like they're gonna have
wineries there
wines
too.
and
Yep,
meads and stuff there. And
so we have a whiskey walk in Elwood, which is where Elwood City, which is where I'm from, and they had it last year, and they're having it again this year. I don't think it's supposed to be the same weekend that they had it last year, which is like Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah.
But I got to talk with the guy that ran it last year to see if we're doing it again. But 14 distilleries, wineries, all partnered with a local business. And
cool.
so you got a wristband with a number on it.
Yeah.
And like a commemorative glass and everything, and you just walked into all these businesses, got to try whiskeys or spirits or whatever, wine from like local places, and then got to see like the shops, it's like all on the main street.
That's awesome. When, like, a little town can do something like that. It's like bring people into the downtown.
Yeah, I want to say we had them. I think ended up having like 170 tickets sold or something like that. Like first year ever doing it. Yeah. And we went, we podcast live, we vlogged as well. And it was a really good time. I'm hoping we have it again. But I'm really leaning into a lot more of these like local ones. You know, not that the Whiskey Fest at the casino wasn't, but it was run by Fine Wine Good Spirits, and like, take it or leave it with them.
Right.
But our main one of our goals, one of our big goals for this show, is to be synonymous with the whiskey event scene in Pittsburgh. So I want to be at every event,
show.
With a booth or something, or involved somehow, moving forward, and trying to find all the ones. It's hard,
Right. Yeah.
or even anything like whiskey related.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to get a booth at Barrel and Flow.
Yeah.
Love to get one there. That's a little harder because I know how much bigger that one is, but Day is in the group. He's in Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends, and so I got. Hopefully, one day he listens to this and hears me saying, "I want to be there."
Yeah.
But anyway, so number 4, tangents enough. Number 4. This is going to sound so wrong, but paint thinner.
Jeez.
Which is mostly just like the alcohol.
Yeah,
is
right.
Just very forward to
Yeah.
me. Paint thinner mixed with like a nice like flower bed.
It's definitely flowery.
Yeah. But initial reaction was I just opened up a can of mineral spirits. Which again sounds wrong, but we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, if it translates.
If
into
it tastes like it,
taste.
then bye.
Yeah, right. Yeah, give one sip and that'll be.
If I know Aaron, he's not going to put something that's crap in this either.
No.
So. Subtle vanilla.
Tastes good.
That threw me off right there.
Yeah, that does not match.
No, I mean the floral aspect is there.
That's there.
That really comes out, especially at the end.
Yeah,
that floral just like pops. That threw me off. I was not expecting.
That didn't. Yeah. I was expecting to like wince when I took a sip of that, and it was
like a floral and malty. Could this be a single malt? They are. American single malts are popping up.
Yeah.
More and more now. In fact, there's actually like a push out there. I don't know if it's actually gone through or not. I got to ask Josh. Josh is my like expert on all that. But of trying to get it as a legit like label.
Oh.
So like bourbon
right.
has to have blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
Bottled
right.
and bond has to have this and this. They want American single malt to have like certain characteristics and everything. So that it's like recognized as an actual type.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. There's a bunch popping up now, and I ain't mad about it either. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever had something be floral from start to finish, from nose to finish. That's crazy. I want to say this is some sort of single malt.
I got it at like 100.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. I like that. That's a safe bet. Yeah. I know Aaron tries to have some sort of like ease into,
to the rest of the
like
calendar.
if you came back for like, 15 to 20,
it'd be a lot higher.
Yeah, I can't guarantee.
A lot of burn. A lot of burn there.
It might be a lot of different flavors in that one.
Yeah.
But
these have all been pretty nice.
What's your rating on that one?
Rating, I'd give it a downtown.
Mm-hmm. I'd give this, and everyone that listens knows my crazy theories, but I'm going to put this at a Haas. Because something that is this unique and flavored,
that's true.
I want to have it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to drink it a lot, but like if you come over and we're pouring, I'll be like, you got to freaking have this one.
That makes sense. I like that you have like a set, like a very rigid set of guidelines of what you would put something for a house. 5 years of figuring out. Yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, it's the thing, and it's also like and I explain it. We explain it all the time. Like, just because we give certain ratings doesn't mean, the listeners will feel the same way. But I like giving I like having more unique things or more flavor bomb pieces behind my bar. Because,
because you can go out anywhere and you can find a Woodford or a Maker's, or you could find any of that stuff in any bar around.
Like when people come over who are very new to whiskey, I will take you on a fucking journey. I mean, you can see
hop in.
Yeah, we can go on a ton of different journeys here, and so when I find something that's super unique like this, feels to me, it's something I definitely want to have.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, try that, And I have other ones that like, my buddies that come over that are more avid whiskey fans, like we have certain ones we'll go through because I know they can handle it,
Yeah.
But like, I have my team that I manage for work. I have them over for Christmas every year.
Oh, that's cool.
And a couple of the husbands are big whiskey fans, and or new-ish to whiskey, and so last year luckily the wives were driving, but because they had a lot. In fact, my one middle school teacher messaged me like on Monday, and she was like, "All right, Russell wants a bottle of that. Where do I get it?" And I was like, "Sadly, it's sold out right now because it was like a seasonal thing."
Yeah, you ain't getting that one.
But sorry.
So you basically take them on like the Willy Wonka boat tour.
Oh, pretty much. Oh yeah. And if they even mention like something like, I like things that taste like this, I'll be like, great, I got 4 of those. Which one do you want to start
Strap
with?
in.
Or, another big thing that kind of fell into our laps when we started this was the massive local scene.
Yeah.
So if people don't know the local scene outside of Wiggle, because it's easy to know Wiggle.
Yeah, right.
The prime location.
Yeah.
I'll pull out every freaking bottle I have of Liberty Blue. I'll pull out all my dad's hat stuff. I'll pull out.
Where's dad's hat at?
So you can't see it, but it's up.
I see the one.
Top. Yeah. I have 2.
Where are they at?
They're actually north of Philly.
Oh.
Yeah. But he is. I've said it on here many times. Amazing person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he makes some bomb ass fucking whiskey, and it's all rye whiskey. Like he doesn't make bourbon. He does rye whiskey, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. And he's an awesome dude.
I'm interested to see what the finished products out of the Iron City distilling.
Yeah.
Are like.
Yeah.
Since there's other
you
ones
went, right? Didn't you get the, I haven't I've tried to get out there and I just can't.
That was all the stuff that he made down in like Washington or whatever though. But
yeah.
I like the one rye had like a cocoa, like chocolate taste to it. Like I did the tasting out there, and the bourbon's fine. I got a bottle of it just because. And
Supporting local.
Yeah. It was $40 for like the little bottle. Though, so I was like,
Yeah.
But that rye, it was like a Maryland rye or something.
Yep.
And
I saw that one.
yeah, I got it. And I was like, I tasted it. I was like, yeah, I slid one over. I was like, I'm taking a bottle of that.
Yeah, I want to. So they had an event for the group before they opened the doors, and I forget what was going on that day. I couldn't go. I was so mad. But I do want to get out there. So we've done other shows with the local places, designated 2 shows for you.
Yeah.
Here we go, and I need to do that with them.
Right.
But I'll probably wait until their
Everything's-
first distillate's out, and then we'll time it for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. The facility looks beautiful.
Immaculate.
In fact, one of our admins, one of the guys that started the group, he worked for the company that provided a lot of the inside equipment. And so he was on site a lot. And I met their head brewer. I met somebody from them a while back at an event. Names. I'm so bad with names. Thank God I take business cards, but yeah, and we were trying to hook up, and it just never worked out. But
once they get that up and running, I got to get to the distillery portion of it to see. The brewery is so nice. It's just stupid.
Well, I just think, I think it's great, and I feel like that is a partnership that we definitely need to get in with because Pittsburgh's beer.
Yeah.
It's the Pittsburgh beer.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks of Pittsburgh beer. You think
Iron
City, Icy Light.
Yep.
All that. Which I didn't realize they made all the different ones they actually do make.
They make a lot more. They make a decent amount of stuff, and especially with their new facility, they're able to make old stuff that they just quit making because they didn't have like that. There's a golden lager they came out with, and there's something else they released. It's mostly they're going to do like limited releases of this older stuff, but they're going to bring back like older stuff occasionally.
I'm real excited once they get a couple good barrels under them from some barrel. Like, could you imagine like aging their own beer in their own like whiskey barrels? Like, yes, please.
Yeah.
But I don't remember where I was going with that. But yeah, I'm super pumped for them. And that Pittsburgh's beer, hopefully going to be at some point Pittsburgh's whiskey.
Yep.
No shade to Wiggle, but I mean it's
Right.
Iron City, so
Yep.
I feel like we definitely got to get in there with them and do some stuff and
Oh, for sure.
and everything. But
Yeah, and I feel like they're willing to work with like people like locally and stuff. So like,
they've always done and
they recognize that too. Like, if they want to be the Pittsburgh thing, like you got to be with people from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm pumped for their stuff. I always like when new things pop up. We were just at we went to Sharpsburg for a small business Saturday, and
Sharpsburg's a cool little town.
Love Katie Distilling is a brand new place.
Oh, my girlfriend was telling me about that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Brand new spot.
Yeah.
They just opened in September. We popped in there. Lisa found out about it because of all the events they do like at this place. And so we popped in there and got to meet the owner.
Yeah.
And the other like owner. And they're having us try some of their stuff because like their stuff's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Like they're waiting for their bottles to come in. But they want to do like a lot more like clear spirits and liqueurs, which is fine. I don't care.
Sure,
I'm going to support.
Somebody's
got to
do it.
Yeah, and the stuff they let us try, I was just like, holy crap.
Yeah, not everybody can make. If you make all the same shit as everybody else, you're not going to go anywhere.
They made like a couple like mixed drinks for us. They're like, this is going to be on December. You want to try it? I'm like, okay, I want to try it.
Yeah, all right.
Like, twist my arm, please.
Yeah, right.
Some of the and they got some really good sounding like cocktails, and all the stuff that they use in their cocktails is local.
Nice.
If they're not making it themselves, like the liqueurs and stuff, obviously they're making it themselves. So I'm super pumped to see how that goes.
Yeah, I want to check that place out.
And they were on PTL.
Oh, nice.
PTL came on their opening day, or right around their opening day, because it's the first. I want to say this correctly. First lesbian-owned distillery in PA. And so they had that, and I guess one of the anchors, one of the anchors for PTL had her shower there. Yeah.
That's
so I was like, oh, you guys are in it now.
Yeah, right. They're
know.
set. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like if you get on there, that's like a big boost anyway, just for the amount of people that watch it in the city.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll go. Cool.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
But, so that was kind of cool. So we popped in there and checked that out, which was kind of, I don't know if serendipitous is the right word, but there was another distillery in Sharpsburg that sadly just closed their doors a couple months ago. Just never recovered from COVID. And they were just getting ready to release their whiskeys. Like, their whiskeys were just getting ready. And they just couldn't,
So what do they do with that then?
I don't think they weren't doing like big batch. It was still a small batch, but I think they stayed open until like their stock ran out basically, and whenever they and then they could just sell it. Like they could sell things to the bars or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Like just
sell
finish
off
off
their
their
stuff.
finish off their stuff. But they closed right around when this one opened. So it's kind of like hate to see it, but it's kind of nice that something else opened.
Right.
But anyway, number 5. It's going to be a long show. Deal with it, people. That is very minimal compared to the previous one. Way more standard flavors on this. That other one just messed me up so much. I'm not getting too much off of it.
Yeah.
I'm just getting standard vanilla.
Yeah, right. It's like a smoother.
Mm-hmm. Like not a crazy nose.
No.
I would say probably the least of the noses of these 5.
Yeah, there's not really you can't separate flavors really that well. I'm trying to figure out. There's it's along the lines of vanilla, but I don't know what. It's almost like a Werther's Original.
I was gonna say like a caramel or butterscotch kind of thing. Yeah. That's another prominent one that people get.
It's a little bit peppery.
I was gonna say more of a white pepper versus number 2, which was more of like a black pepper, like strong pepper. This is more like a subtle white pepper kind of thing. Yeah. Again, dry on the end. That spice though does linger a bit more.
Yeah.
I think this of the finishes, this one has stayed longer. Yeah,
for sure. The other ones, like we were saying before, just kind of dropped off. It was just like you got those tastes on the palate, and then it was just like.
Mm-hmm. Any other tasting thoughts on that one?
Pour a little more out here. That peppery taste just lasts like.
Mm-hmm. It really just sticks to you.
It's weird because it's like people can't see this obviously, but it like comes around as like a sphere, and you're like from in different parts of your mouth as it comes around.
Yep. Good description. See, I told you it'd be fun.
Yeah, you can feel it. Like you feel that taste move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I think that's why I'm going with more of a white pepper versus a black pepper, because it does. That's a great description. That it just kind of like goes around.
Yeah.
Your the mouth feel rather than just like right through.
It's like if you would. This is gonna sound so stupid. Did you ever light your socks on fire when you were a kid?
No, but please continue.
we used to, because like you'd get like the lint and like all that stuff on your sock, you'd just like singe it, and you would see the flame like go like.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It's like that. Like it starts at like on your heel, and it just works its way around your sock. We used to do it all the time. people's parents be like, "What does that smell?" I don't know.
Burnt foot.
No idea. Yeah, burnt hair.
Oh, goodness. So I'm going to go with 100 proof on this. I didn't feel like any of these were super high proof.
No,
or at least they didn't taste
it, yeah.
super high proof.
I was saying 95.
Yeah. I'm going to go rye.
That's what I have rye.
Yep. That pepper just sticks out. Watch, it's probably freaking Wild Turkey something or other bourbon. Because their bourbon tastes like rye. That's why I can't stand it. But, all right, cool. Well, rating.
I'd give it a downtime.
Okay. I almost want to have you back just to see like what makes a
Haas
on Steve's list.
If I went back through these, I think I could probably pick one out that would make.
Yeah. Oh, so let's
first one probably.
Let's do that. So of the 5, what was your favorite?
Probably the first one actually. Yeah, that first one, the vanilla and it's like a maple almost. Mm-hmm. I'd probably pick the first one as a house.
Yeah. God, I don't know. I'm between 1 and 4.
Yeah. That 4 really got you.
Mm-hmm. That's tough. I'm going to go 4. I'm going to be different. I'm going to go number 4. I think number 4 would be my pick.
Just because 4 is so different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's it. So you made it through your first blind, bud.
I did it.
A lot better than you thought you probably did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. No, you did good. You did it's great. So everybody is always super nervous, and then that's why it's nice bringing new people on for this.
Yeah.
Because if we're just trying one, you don't really like get comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, you get comfortable talking into a mic,
sure.
but you've done that before.
Yeah.
But like comfortable with like
I'm not out here talking like this.
Yeah, giving notes and stuff. So with these ones, everyone's always a lot more conservative with the first one, and by the time we're on the 5th one, they're like saying things like goes around your tongue, like
you can feel it. It started at like the back of your throat and went all the way up to your mouth, like the front of your mouth.
Yeah. But awesome. All right, so we are gonna end this one. But we'll be back. Steve and I'll be back because we're going to do a reveal episode. So if you're new to this, if you're new to how we do these shows now, we do 5 at a time released on the 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20. And then 2 days after, we will release a very short, hopefully very short, reveal of what those 5 are. And so you can listen to those as you do it. You can listen to them at the end. Whatever order you want to do. I wanted to make sure that we separated the blind from the reveal, and not wait till the end of the reveal. We used to do that at the end, and then you forgot everything you talked about. So look out for that one as well. If you want to know what they are, if you don't want to know what they are, don't look. It'll say spoilers on it, so it's your own fault if you click on it. And I will say there's going to be plenty of buffer as this episode starts. If it just rolls to the next episode, for you to skip it. So
that always cracks me up on TV shows and stuff, and people put 30 times spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Oh, I can't believe you posted this. You didn't say it. Yeah. No, it's in the post. Just read it.
Exactly. So once again, Steve, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
If in a pinch I need another one for the rest of it, I'll give you a call, and you can come and feel more prepared. And, and really dive into what some of these other ones might be.
Yeah, right. Get the fire in your chest.
Yeah. All right, so we will see you next time.